Rated M for mature.
Games are known to have captured the attention and hearts of many, and have memorable characters, great story writing, surprises, and interesting gameplay mechanics. Atomfall is no exception to this. Between experiencing the beautiful and ravaged countryside of the Lake District of Northern England, the walking bard robots, and the mystery of the interchange, there are many aspects of the game that make it so entertaining and enjoyable. Atomfall appeals to those who value replayability, with its multiple endings based on how you played the game and the choices you made. Players can enjoy the game for quite some time to come. Here are all the reasons why we love Atomfall. Player choice is a big part of Atomfall. However, it's not used in the traditional way in gaming. Instead of defined moments of good or bad choices, Atomfall lets you make your own path without being certain of what the results will be. Naturally finding leads from notes scattered around the quarantine zone could send you to different areas, whereas talking to various characters could lead you somewhere else entirely. Players have the choice to follow whatever path they choose, as they naturally explore. Sometimes taking what's in the pockets of other characters is much more important than talking. Players who eliminate characters that could help them escape don't get blocked from accomplishing that goal. They just have to find another means to do so. However, if you decide to talk to different characters, some dialogue options can lead to more information about that character, gaining their trust. Meanwhile, other dialogue options may block you from ever speaking to them again. Letting your feelings decide how you want to progress in Atomfall is a huge part of the experience that can craft journeys that are specific to you. There is so much to explore and find in Atomfall. Each region holds secrets and hidden Easter eggs that can only be found by searching every corner. This can lead to hidden bunkers containing dangerous feral creatures, as well as supplies to help you on your journey. Players can even find secrets that deepen their understanding of the story and some of the atrocities of the quarantine. If you're exploring in the Slattendale region, you may come across a certain character trying to drive a car with a chair on top. Near the soldiers' camp in Scavenge, you can even spot a familiar blue box in the distance. Using your eyes is not the only way to discover secrets though. With your metal detector, you can find buried caches of supplies or even hidden notes that can lead you to important items that will help you on your path to escape. Getting around all the different regions mainly has you going through Wyndham Village using the main roads, but those who keep their eyes peeled can find alternative hidden routes. In Slattendale, you can find a sewer that can take you to Casterfell Woods, or even a secret back entrance to the village. In the village itself, you can reach Scavenge through a secret tunnel beneath the Grendel's Head pub. If walking through those areas is not fast enough for you, then you can also find hidden hatches in each region that contain the rapid transit system that, once activated, will let you speed off to any other discovered transit hatch. While you're exploring, danger lurks around every corner. Some enemies will give you warnings when you get too close and let you back away, but they'll turn to violence if you get too close. This is when you need to defend yourself, and in Atomfall, we give you plenty of options to choose from. If you want to get in the enemy's face and smash it, then melee's the way to go. The cricket bat can be found very early on, and is one of the most useful melee weapons with a lot of power, even though it's slower to swing than others. If you prefer speed over power, then a good option is either the hand axe, also found early in the game, or the sickle, which is carried by the druids and can be looted off their bodies. While these weapons may not have the power of the larger melee weapons, they have a lot of speed that will let you eliminate enemies quickly. One good strategy is to also use your kicks to stun enemies to prevent them from hitting you while you're attacking them. Although melee is a great option, there will be times when the enemy has a large group carrying mostly firearms. This is where ranged combat comes into play. For firearms, you can find pistols, shotguns, rifles, and SMGs throughout the game. While ammo for these weapons may be scarce, you can also loot enemies and bunkers for extra ammo. For rifles, the JM3 Bullpup is a rapid-fire weapon that can tear through enemies while aiming down the scope for precision. For pistols, the high-power 9mm gives you a large ammo capacity, fast firing, and fast reload speeds. For shotguns, you can find a single shot, double-barreled, and an auto shotgun capable of rapidly firing 5 shots before reloading. For SMGs, the Sten Gun Mk2 is extremely rapid firing and has a high-capacity magazine that can let you take down some of the tougher enemies, like the barred robots, much easier. There are several more firearms you can find in Atomfall, but if you prefer a more handcrafted, survivalist type of range combat, then we've got you covered. Many throwables can be crafted once you find the recipes for them. Molotovs make an explosion on impact and set a large area on fire, which is great for scattering large groups or distracting them while you use a firearm. And the poison bomb creates a green, poisonous cloud that makes enemies choke and take constant damage, leading to their deaths in most cases. Even with all those other options available, if you prefer a stealthier approach, there are certain skills that will help you in that playstyle. Quiet movement reduces the sound of your footsteps, allowing you to sneak up on enemies to perform takedowns. Initially, you'll snap the enemy's neck, forcing them to let out a loud scream that can alert others nearby. However, if you take the skill Quiet Takedown, then you'll choke them out instead, silently eliminating them and allowing you to sneak up behind the enemy unawares. While the Windscale disaster changed the landscape of the Lake District of Northern England, a nearby island called Midsummer Isle was affected as well. With the waters too treacherous for most to traverse, very few had set foot on this island in the 5 years since the quarantine was enacted. Ancient buried secrets lay dormant for hundreds of years until the disaster awoke something. The forest mutated and twisted, giving rise to unnatural growth, plants that spat poisonous darts, and exploding plants that infected anyone who dared get too close. The Druids worship the soil, much like their mainland counterparts, but their connection to it is different. Stronger. These druids use faster firing bows and glowing ritual daggers to kill any trespassers to the old abbey. Some even gain the ability to control vast swarms of bees, making them even more deadly to encounter. The other inhabitants of the island are the pirate-like bandits that loot and kill as they please, unless you can find the sanctuary of their leader. While you won't be attacked while in her presence, that kindness is only for those who follow the rules inside her bunker. These bandits have new weapons like the cutlass sword and the blunderbuss shotgun, capable of firing 2 shots at once and setting you on fire. Looting one of these off the bodies of the bandits will give you a massive power advantage over most of the enemies you can face on the island. Exploring Midsummer Isle can uncover centuries-old secrets about what's underneath the surface, or lead you to the hidden barred research being conducted on the island. Whatever path you choose, it will be filled with danger, a larger understanding of what's going on, and maybe even a new means of escape. The mining region of Staffel Crag was home to the research facility of Core, a competitor to Bard. When the Windscale disaster struck, the entire area was sealed off until 5 years later, when the elevator leading to the region suddenly reactivated. Upon entering the newly discovered area, everything seems quiet until a mysterious voice talks to you at the train station. Soon, you come across the Contaminated, soldiers and villagers that have been infected by the result of the experiments conducted by Core. They have lost all sense of who they were and are filled with an uncontrollable rage to attack anything on sight. After surviving this threat, you can find yourself at the secret military research site that is patrolled by electrifying drone swarms and large robots that shoot explosives from the induction launchers attached to their arms. There are many secrets to find here that will uncover what experiments Core was performing and why Staffel Crag had to be sealed off from the rest of the quarantine zone. Careful explorers can even find new silenced weapons for added stealth, as well as an electric bomb to use on the walking robots, and a bomb containing a red mist that will force enemies to attack each other. New skills can be found that will allow you to pick up the heavy weapons the robots use and turn it against them. While they have limited ammo, destroying robots with a heavy machine gun, flamethrower, or the induction launcher is a really satisfying way to destroy them completely. Diving deep into the research base may even lead to an alternative means of escape from the nightmare you have awoken to. Atomfall is not only a world to discover, but an experience. Between the mystery of the Windscale disaster and the challenge of finding a way out of the quarantine zone, you'll find other opportunities to add to your fun along the way. The adventure includes looking for secrets and Easter eggs and fighting off unique enemies. There is so much to unveil in this historically inspired game. These are just some of the reasons why we love the game so much. Atomfall is available on Xbox Game Pass, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 consoles. For PC players, Atomfall is available on Steam, the Epic Game Store, Windows PC and the Xbox app for PC. Leave a comment with your favourite moments or discoveries throughout your Atomfall journey. More content is coming your way, so be sure to like and subscribe to all things Rebellion and Atomfall.